the wire gets heated, you get breaking of the circuit, which means you cannot pass 2 kilowatts. So you have the safety that if you overload on this side, the line heating up your coil will disconnect you from the main. You cannot damage the system. It's set at 55 to 60 degrees. You need it. You need to put a thermometer at this point. This is what you have in the blue box. There is a possibility, very high chance. We are not pre-announced it, but we have achieved what we were looking for, the first step of generators. Maybe by tomorrow we might be able to confirm. We were looking for resonance vibration of the plasma, totally using a plasma condition. I was talking 2 or 3 o'clock this morning with our people, and it seems that the system is working on a constant basis. So if we push it within the next 2 or 3 weeks, and what we see is correct, in the coming weeks, most probably you don't need this anymore. You become a self-sufficient power supply generator. Because to create the resonance, to create the resonance was the main problem. We've seen that we have achieved it. It's just a matter of enhancing it to be able to do the job of the supply resonance. And there's a possibility by tomorrow we announce a new development that you can extend the power of the unit to further loads than 2. Otherwise, we already have the unit, we found a solution. But if we see correct, we carry on the teaching of the Monday, I'm not here, we carry on the teaching of the blueprint to next Tuesday, Wednesday, till people make their units and collectively we can demonstrate. So it's not that just we finish. A lot of people are making a lot of pieces around, trying to get things together. So on Monday, there's a possibility that we close. It's the 1st of November on Sunday. Some people would like to have a Monday off because of the 1st of November holidays in Europe. And if not, teaching carries on internationally. On Tuesday and Wednesday, we go back on the Blueprint Live that people can demonstrate their units. And by then, hopefully, if what we see is correct, we will introduce a new technology. If we think we are correct, we've seen it to be correct, that you can convert any resistor into a non-resistive supply, which means you can add heaters, all sorts of resistive material into the circuit, but the box will see it as non-resistive, which means you can add 2 kilowatt, 4 kilowatt loads into the circuit. We think, if we are correct, we have managed to bring that conversion in. It will be very small. It's the size of maybe 3 centimeter diameter, which you can actually add to your heaters like as an extra component, and the system doesn't see that resistive. And you can bypass it, so you can use it as a non-resistive load, but in the background is a heater element. This changes the whole structure. So we can go into the next step of mass production, small units that you can add, like adapters. You'll be more or less this size. Very much. We hope it can be done. The work is getting done in the background. all you do, for example, you add like adapter like this into your plug, and you add the load, resistive load at this point. So the system doesn't sit. It looks more possibly can work, but if the what we call cascading doesn't work, which what do you call it? It's too expensive. These can be marketed at about €5 or €10 a piece. You can add to your system and plugs around the house to add to it. At the moment, the people who are using this system in their houses, they report very simple conditions. Every time you plug in and plug out, you see a movement on your meter, but then it stops, and it shows as total non-resistive load. So when you run your systems, after a few weeks, you should be able to run a system, hopefully non-resistive 0, resistive maybe 10-15% of the supply. But what we see in our research comes correct. We should be able, hopefully by next week, if it shows the preliminary condition, to announce the production of a generator, which takes you off the grid altogether. It's 3-4 weeks now work has been done, and if the development completes, we bring it out as another Blue Day week, and we put it on that you produce generators, you become off the grid totally. This is what a lot of people have been asking for. You become generator. This morning, I was working about 2-3 o'clock in the morning. It seems that the vibration we were looking for has been achieved. It's slightly, you should take another unit like this, but if the research completes and is done, as usual, we immediately bring it into production. What it's going to do, the way it's structured, there will be another unit like this next to it. Because it's volume, it has to be done the correct way, and if it works, there will be another unit next to this unit as its power supply. So, all we do, we stack this up, double the size as one unit. As we said, this is a change in the structure, change in technology, and we have to go through all its ups and downs and learning new things with it. Be careful, as I said, when you make these capacitors, how you do it, different people, you can see it on the internet, how it's done. It has to be very tight. It has to be in touch, complete. It cannot be loose. And you have to make sure there is no water moisture in your capacitors. And then what we do, we have used a special capsulation in our systems to capsulate it. And you have to do the same and make sure that the rings are slightly separate from each other. They don't touch each other. So the system, the unit is workable, and the first unit for delivery has left the factory. They are on their way to you according to what we've done, according to the first order, first delivery. So by Tuesday, hopefully, or by Monday, all the units which has been paid for should be on their way to your destinations. Be it the car unit, be it the power unit. By Monday, Tuesday of next week, the whole delivery will be completed. Any questions? Yeah.
Following also the positive and negative?
Yes, it has to be the same. On the load side, thank you very much for asking that question. For the load side, you still have to be careful in your point. The question was that on the load side, we have to watch for positive, negative. The answer is yes. You have to, if you look inside this unit, if you can get close enough, Fabio, if you look close enough, you see there is a dot, a green dot, placed inside. That it guarantees, it shows you, with the power supplies, once you come out of the system, is irrelevant with your appliances, because our appliances are set to work either way, except if you are like a British system with the 3 plugs, 3-point pins. Most of the systems, you have to make sure the plug system is, but we've seen it. If you follow the plug system, it should be the same. One of the ways which is done now in the testing in the houses where it's tested is that is in the blueprint. You will see it. This is your meter from the government. You have your lines coming out, and you have the lines coming from the grid. You connect this into the what you call the live wire. This is where your unit should go. You sit on the live line of the system. This manual is on the blueprint page. When you receive your unit, there's just one page on it with a link to the site where you have to look for instructions and connections. We are not producing any paperwork. You bought the technology on the internet. You should be wise how to use it. So you go on the internet to get the instruction how to use and just update it very rapidly. As it comes in, we update it. As we see things, we update it. And you can go to the blueprint page if you have problem with it. So you have one part which is for connection, and if you are producing something else yourself, you can put on the blueprint page. If you discover something new or different way that you see performance different way, send it to the webmaster of the Keshe Foundation. This is what I found out. We put it, we add it to the blueprint page. So we collectively add to the knowledge. This is how it seems and what it is. In the car unit, this is the power unit. In the car unit, you connect the system into part of your engine and to your battery from the 2 lines which they come out of your system. The physical picture of this, it'll be on the Magrab car unit to show you where to connect it. We will not supply, or we will supply single line wires where you can connect into the cigarette lighter or to the power system. As you receive your unit, you will see how it has been set up, or you can reset it yourself. So this is the total blueprint. Tomorrow, this is the copy of the key which was supplied to the ambassadors. Tomorrow morning, sometime tomorrow during the day, we load this on the internet. The way the patents were released, you saw this package being given to the ambassadors. Tomorrow we load this on the line. So if you're looking for a blueprint, the blueprint, this is a copy of the ambassador's key. There's some minor development which we keep on adding to it. So we'll download this on the website. You can download it and copy it. Any questions? You're scratching your head.
Mr. Kesh,
Yes.
this is Kel from America.
Yes.
I had a question or more of a comment, and it was concerning the car unit. I was actually entertaining a creative idea about taking nano coils and putting them on the starter, the alternator, and the battery to condition the car.
Pardon?
I was taking I was taking coils and I was putting coils on the starter, the alternator, and the battery of the cars.
Yeah.
As a form of conditioning the cars. And we were also starting to put a couple of nanowires inside of the gas tank and put a star formation underneath the gas tank, glue it underneath the gas tank with drops of ganses. And I just wanted your comments on it.
No comments. When I haven't tested, I can't tell you. It's like somebody walking in here yesterday and says, my gans was eaten by my dog. What can I do with it? He's laughing his head off. I don't know. I can't go to the dog and say, can I have it back? Or you go, is it okay? It's still alive. But it's faster than before. The dog. Both of them. These are the tests you do, so share the knowledge with us. You got to be careful. When we announce something here in the teachings, people go and do it, and then they say, you told us, this is what you said. This is what you tested, share it with us. There are different people doing different tests. There are people who are adding gas material in their batteries. There are people who are adding nanomaterials into the air filters. There are people who are connecting or nano-coating the spark plugs before they put it in. There's all sorts of activities goes on. You decide what it is, if it's better or it can change. We have seen conditions as we see, as we learn, we share. But you'll find out that, especially, for example, in your car system, batteries, power supply, there are no capacitors. You cannot put capacitors in a car unit. It has to be on a plate basis only because you change the power plasma. The battery supplies itself. We have no capacitors in these, or in some versions getting developed. We've taken out that because you don't need it. And you have to consider case by case. Don't forget there is research going on in the background. In the factory, literally the guys are testing new things as it comes. In the next couple of weeks, we'll release the way of new, what they call soft filtering system. Once we test it, it will be released. There's a possibility that we will release a water unit in the next coming weeks. What it means, you can connect, if you are correct, you connect the water unit to this system internally, and all you do, you can take physical water from the system. It's in development, and once it's completed, we teach it. So you can eradicate any. We have seen the possibility of creating of up to, this is at the moment, theoretically can be done, up to 800 liters of water per day. It's a huge amount of water. You can literally produce, if you put your system the right way, up to 800 liter absorption of the gravitational magnetic field from the environment into one system. But this is, at the moment, has to be quantified. If we achieve 80, we'll be happy. But theoretically, we see that kind of, water production. Even if we can produce 10, 20 liters of water a day, it's a huge amount in the areas where there is a shortage of water. There's a lot of research is going on in the background, but as usual, we don't disclose our researchers, the developers, and this is how the structure will work. As I said to you yesterday, we gave the units to the ambassadors and the ambassador of Nigeria